NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
More than 24 elementary schools have been approved for waivers to open for in-person instruction. And tonight, we're hearing from one of those schools about how they are getting ready. Thanks so much for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen. So far, 95 elementary schools in the county have submitted applications for waivers to open back up for in-person instruction. The Rock Academy just got approved, and they say they have plans and procedures already in place to make sure the kids are safe when they get back in the classroom on August the 31st. Coming up, students will have a temperature and symptom check when they come through the door. All school staff and students, grades 3 and above, will be required to wear face masks. Kindergarten through 2nd grade students will be strongly recommended to wear a face covering too. Class sizes have been split in half, so there are only 12 students to a class to ensure social distancing.
We were excited because students learn best, as we all know, when they can interact with the teacher live and we can spark their imagination and their curiosity. Same time, though, there's a pandemic going on and we know it's critical to open in a safe manner.
You can find a full list of all of the schools that have applied for the waiver and which ones got approved on the county's coronavirus website. A local bodybuilder who spent 19 days on a ventilator because of COVID-19 is now sharing his experience.
Yeah, he lost 50 pounds in 26 days and he's 7% body fat.
I'm really surprised at how weak I am, and how tired I get from just the simplest little things that I used to do every day without even thinking about it,
Troy Mealy says his symptoms started with a scratchy throat, a light cough. It then progressed to a fever, loss of taste and smell, and finally shortness of breath. He spent 19 days, as we reported, on a ventilator at Sharp Memorial Hospital before finally recovering. Troy is 56 years old but had no health issues before COVID-19. He says his main message for others: take the virus seriously. New research suggests that children can carry high levels of COVID-19 in their noses. Scientists with the Massachusetts General Hospital looked at 192 young people. 49 had tested positive for COVID-19, and an additional 18 had late onset COVID-19 related illness. The research showed that the infected kids had a significantly higher viral load in their airways than adults who were hospitalized in intensive care. Uber and Lyft will continue to operate in California, at least for now. A state appeals court granted an emergency state stay late today, preventing a midnight shutdown. The shutdown would have acted as a response from Uber and Lyft to a court order related to Assembly Bill 5, which forces the company to treat its drivers as employees instead of independent contractors. The next hearing for Uber and Lyft is in October. Another day of above normal temperatures across San Diego County. Today we saw a lot of people head to the coast trying to cool off. Thankfully, a bit of relief is in sight. Here's Dagmar.
Your Friday is at the very least cooling off ever so slightly. Still hot, still humid, but your temperatures along the coast kind of in that low 80 mark. When I say ever so slightly, I mean 1 or 2 degrees. But that will leave the inland valleys instead of the mid 90s and the low 90s, and the mountains instead of the low 90s and the upper 80s and right around 90. Deserts, you're looking at about the 105 mark, maybe even 106, so you've got a nice cool down there. It will be a fairly short-lived one. There's another warm-up in store for you next work week, but for now, focus on what cool down we are enjoying.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe adapts with the needs of the community. That's why we offer virtual estimates, a safe and easy alternative for in-home estimates on repairs for plumbing, heating and air, and flood services.
Because we know how.
It is a big day for NBC7. We have officially launched an important series focusing on sex trafficking and the exploitation of children here in San Diego and throughout California and the U.S. Stolen is a 7-episode docuseries our Investigates team has been working on for more than a year. The team explains what is trafficking, the misconceptions, and what people need to know about it. You'll hear exclusive interviews including jailhouse calls between a convicted sex trafficker named James Gary and 2 teenage victims.
James was trying to convince these young women to get money together for him to be able to post bail.
let's make a birthday. How do you do that?
You go on, Craigslist, the back page, and you take some cute little pictures. Hey, you deleted all those young pictures, though? Like, ones that make you look
Yeah,
young.
they did.
Okay. All right, baby.
I'll send the pictures on Facebook.
Come on, baby, at Starbucks, handling business.
You can watch all 7 episodes right now at NBC7.com/stolen, or just open your phone's camera, point it at the code you see on your screen, and it will take you to the Stolen homepage. There's also interactive content, a companion podcast series, and resources for parents on having a conversation with your child about this difficult topic. It's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching our nightly check-in. I'm Mark Mullen. Have a good night.